What's up, guys? So Star Wars The Last Jedi, don't worry, this is my non-spoiler review for the film. I will not be giving anything away. I'm just going to be giving you my broad opinions about the movie and my overall rating for the film. And look, going into it, this was directed and written by Rian Johnson, and everyone knew that he was going to make his stamp onto this series. The trailers definitely looked like a different Star Wars movie, and after leaving the theater, this is definitely a different Star Wars film. Now, don't get me wrong, it feels very familiar at the same time. It feels very much like a Star Wars movie, but at the same time, it feels like a Rian Johnson film. And they both, join hands so beautifully. And I think that's the main thing I really just left the theater really impressed by, was the direction by Rian Johnson. And the screenplay. He takes a lot of chances in this movie. He does things in this film that we've never seen in a Star Wars movie ever before. And it's new and it's original, but at the same time it fits in with the series. None of it feels out of place. It all feels very organic, like, yeah, this would happen. Like, he expands upon the mythology of the Force in this movie, not giving anything away, but he expands upon the Force. You know, what can the Force do? And it's really just, it's interesting. You're watching it and you're going, wow, this is like really cool. At least for me, I really dug all of that. I really dug everything that he did with the Force, and that leads into the characters. Let's start with, Daisy Ridley as Rey. She is phenomenal in this movie, just as she was in The Force Awakens. She's great in this movie. Her performance is fantastic. And Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker, he is fantastic in this movie as well. This might be Mark Hamill's best performance of his whole entire career. He is phenomenal in this movie. Every single scene he's in, he brings 110% onto the screen. He does such a phenomenal job as his character. He's this different kind of Luke Skywalker. He's not the same as he used to be. He's damaged. Why is he damaged? We find out in this movie, but the character and the performance is just nothing to be understated. He is fantastic in this movie. And that leads me to Carrie Fisher. Unfortunately, this is her final film appearance. It's very unfortunate what happened to her. Rest in peace, Carrie Fisher. That was extremely sad news. But she is fantastic in this movie as well. She really feels more comfortable in the role. From The Force Awakens, some of the line delivery she gave was questionable. But this, it all feels so real and just so organic, and she does such a great job in this movie. And some of the things that she does in the film is just going to leave you sitting in your seat applauding. And the same for Poe Dameron. In The Force Awakens, he had a smaller role, and in this film, his role is much bigger, and I loved that. And the arc that he has is incredible. And that there are so many characters in this movie. Laura Dern plays a new character. Holdo, Amelin Holdo, something like that. She has purple hair in the movie. Her character as well. She fits the film. Everything she does in the movie, it serves a purpose. She wasn't that much in the marketing, but when she is in the movie, you can kind of understand that. You can say, okay, wait, maybe they wanted to save this for the film, and it works. I loved everything with her. Let's talk about Finn, John Boyega. He has his own kind of story in this movie, and he's joined by another new actress that's coming into the series, Kelly Marie Tran. She plays Rose, and she has kind of a history in the film that you'll see. And these two kind of come together, and they have to go on their own little mission. It's not really giving anything away. I'm sure everybody kind of already guessed that. They were going to do their own thing for a bit. In Star Wars, you usually have 2 or 3 stories happening at once, but they're all intertwining. And what Finn and Rose do in this film, I found it entertaining. I didn't get upset by it. I was never bored by this whole entire film. It really flew by for me. It's the longest Star Wars movie, and it flew by like crazy. But the things that Finn and Rose are doing, I feel like, even though I didn't mind it and I thought it was entertaining, I just feel like they could have went about it a different way, and maybe it would have made it a little shorter instead of just like beating us over the head with this message that we go to this place to pretty much, there's a message that needs to be told here. Plus the story is taking place as well, but there's something that Rian Johnson put into this And I just feel as though it was kind of unnecessary, but at the same time, like I said, I wasn't taken out of the film. It was just like, okay, well, maybe this could have been done differently, but whatever. I'm entertained. Let's just go with it. And there's something involving that, too. There's two characters in this movie that I didn't feel like... one of them I didn't feel like needed to be in the film, and the other one I felt as though I liked the performance that the actor gave, but I just didn't feel like, the character really, this person came in, and then he just went out of the movie, and he served his purpose, and that's it. And when you see the movie, you'll see who I'm talking about. Maybe you'll have a different opinion, I'm not sure. I'll get more into that in my spoiler review. I will be doing a spoiler review. I didn't do one for The Force Awakens. I didn't have time, but this, I will be doing a spoiler review for this because there is just so much to talk about. There is so much that happens in this movie. After you leave the theater, you're going to need to take at least 5 minutes and just breathe and think about what you just witnessed, because there is so much that happens and so much to digest and so much that I absolutely loved. And this leads me to Kylo Ren in the film. He is one of my favorite characters in this new series of films, The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. Kylo Ren, he is incredible in this movie, and after what he did in The Force Awakens, I didn't think I was going to like him very much. But the way Adam Driver delivers his character's lines and the way he's written by Rian Johnson, he is so damaged as well, and he's such a character that you could just really sink your teeth into and just see what makes him tick, and what is about Kylo Ren that is going on here, and what is he dealing with, and what is his arc in the movie. He does have a bit of an arc, which was a bit surprising, and I really enjoyed and found very satisfying. Let's talk about another villain in this movie, Supreme Leader Snoke, played by Andy Serkis. Not going to say much. All I'm going to say is Andy Serkis did a phenomenal job, as he always does, as Gollum, as Caesar, as Kong. Andy Serkis is a phenomenal actor. And we see Snoke in this movie, and it is not disappointing. He is fantastic. You guys are probably going to love him. I loved everything that happened with him in this movie, and it was so satisfying. I can't get into too much, but it's really great stuff. And Domhnall Gleeson returns in this as General Hux, and his character in this is played for a bit more humor than he even was in The Force Awakens, but it worked because the way it's written, it just feels very natural in the way it's coming off. All the humor in this movie, none of it felt misplaced to me, and all of it pretty much worked. I was not taken out of the film with any of the humor. I hear some people have issues with some of the humor in the movie. I didn't really mind it. I thought all the humor really was fine in the movie. None of it really bothered me. Before I wrap this review up, I just want to mention something. It's a big thing of the whole series. John Williams, his score for this movie. And to be honest with you, every review I've been listening to, most of them have been saying, the John Williams score for this is better than the Force Awakens score. He had more time with this, or whatever they're saying. They said the Force Awakens score felt rushed. I just don't understand that statement. I really don't get it, because in the Force Awakens score, you get all these new themes. You get Rey's theme, the March of the Resistance, Kylo Ren's theme, Poe Dameron's theme, all those themes that are added into that movie by John Williams, and he was rightfully so nominated for the Oscar for that movie. For this, there's really only one new theme in the film. There's new music, but a new theme, a new cohesive theme. There's only really one, and it didn't really do anything for me, which is kind of upsetting, because what Williams does is he kind of brings a lot of the older music back, and he just recycles it and rehashes it and remixes it in a different way. Some of it's in similar ways, but some of it's in different ways, which is fine. And when the music hits, it hits. I'm not saying that music is bad. That music is fantastic. And every time it hits, and you're like, it's like a gut punch, because, when John Williams wants to take over this movie, he completely takes over this movie. In the end of the day, I absolutely love Star Wars The Last Jedi. This is a different kind of Star Wars movie, but at the same time, it feels very familiar, and it goes from beginning to end, and it doesn't let you go. You're always on the edge of your seat. You are thrown into it the minute this movie starts. And I'm going to give it the same thing that I gave The Force Awakens, which is 4.5 out of 5 stars. As of right now, I like this movie a hair more than The Force Awakens, but then again, this is such a different film overall, it's just hard to compare the two almost because they feel so different, but at the same time, they feel the same. Guys, comment your thoughts, your non-spoiler thoughts. If you did see The Last Jedi, what'd you think about it? Leave your comments in the comment section. Also, guys, you can subscribe to this channel for a spoiler review that will be up on this channel within the next few days. Also, on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, I'll be doing my Blu-ray unboxing for Dunkirk, which will be giving you all a chance to win the digital HD code. So if you're interested in that, you can check it out. Guys, you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter. The links to those are in the description of this video. And guys, that's been it. Thank you very much for watching my non-spoiler review for Star Wars The Last Jedi. Over and out.